to you, the 100 on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It is pretty special. I never thought I would have got to that many games when I first started my career, and I don't know. I feel like each time I play or each year I've played at the club, I sort of surprise myself with what I can do, and yeah, it's a good milestone to reflect on, the career I've had so far, and yeah, it's an important game for the club this week as well to bounce back, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
You were about to pick 150 or something, weren't you? You proved a few wrong to get to 100 because not that many do. You were
Yeah,
at 90 something, wasn't it?
yeah. I mean, as I said, like I mean, when I got drafted, I didn't have much expectation of. I'd always said when I got drafted, I'd throw everything I possibly could into it and give it myself the best opportunity. But it was always I didn't mind if I didn't get picked up or did. I'd still just enjoy playing my footy. But I said if I did, I'd throw everything into it, and it. Yeah, just a good week to reflect on the career. As I said, the career I've had so far, and yeah, it's exciting.
Do you think being picked up in the 70s has actually made you a better player because you've had to work at everything?
Yeah, yeah, I think there's definitely a bit of that, and there's not as much expectation when you come in because if you bust, then you were a late pick anyway. So I think I've been lucky in that sense because a lot of the boys who are high picks that come in have the expectation and pressure that I didn't have. But also, it helped me to work a lot harder because I didn't think I wasn't. Not that people do, but I didn't come in with any entitlement to think that I should be playing here or should be playing quickly or first. So yeah, I think it was a blessing in disguise being picked up late.
When you reflect on your time at North Melbourne, how do you describe it?
Um, I've enjoyable. I'd say I've despite the win loss record I've had, and we've all had, I've still enjoyed every minute I've had at North Melbourne, and that's why I signed up long term because it's the tough times are going to make the good times even better. So although it's been tough with the win loss, I've got great faith, and we all have great faith that the tide is going to turn, and we've got some serious talent on the list, and that's, as I said, why I signed up. So yeah, I've loved every minute I've spent here.
You're into your art away from footy. In a footy sense, are you seeing enough on that canvas to give you the confidence that you've made the right call, hanging in for another 5 years?
Yeah, no. As I said, I didn't sign up thinking it would turn instantly. Like I saw enough last year and in previous years to know that there were small signs here and there that might not turn overnight, but I know eventually they will turn. And my nightmare would be to be at the club, for all that the tough times take off, and then all of a sudden we get good, and it's just like I want to be a part of the club when it gets good because we've been through the tough times there. So, as I said, the tough times are going to make the good times worth it. It just builds character, and we're a really strong group, a really tight knit group of mates. And the vibe around the club's still great despite the win loss, and it just means that when we do turn, it's just going to be even sweeter. So that's why I signed up. I love a challenge. I don't want to. I think anyone can sort of run to a top team and try to win a flag, but does that flag mean as much as the one where you've done the hard work and put in the hours and through the tough times? I don't think so. That's the success I want, is the one that is forged through a bit of adversity.
You're not the only side to be kicked off the park down at Geelong. It happens to plenty. There's no sort of confidence dip, or you sense with the younger players there's any emotional wounds after yesterday? Can you rally them quickly? Because this is winnable next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got to put into perspective for sure. I think no one's satisfied with where we're at, and no one's satisfied with our win-loss record. But you put into perspective our draw we've had so far, and where our list's at, which is the youngest in the comp, with a lot of inexperienced players who are getting a taste at AFL level, which is great for us in some respects. But at the same time, we've played some seriously good opposition. I think most of the top four of last year we've played. And the Hawks would be feeling the same way. So yeah, as Clarko said, at the end of the game, it's going to come down next week to who wants it more, and it's just a great opportunity to come out and put our best foot forward. And it's a battle of the youth really next week. So we're really looking forward to having a really good crack at it.
What plans do you have for your 100th game? Family, friends, anyone supporting you specifically?
Yeah, I haven't planned too much yet because it's only just the start of the week. But I think I'm looking forward. My family will be there, mates from school, everyone who supported me. I think is over the years they're going to get down. So yeah, it's going to be special just to play in front of all of them. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it.
How hard's that balance? You're impatient, you want to be good now, but equally you understand that you're young. That's a difficult, delicate situation, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. And no one says it's easy either. But yeah, I think I think yeah, it's all about putting it into perspective, really. Yeah.
Are you seeing things on the training track and little things in games that maybe aren't reflected on the scoreboard that excite you and go, if this continues, it's not going to be too long?
Yeah, absolutely. I think your mate Charlie Convin been little players like that who have games here and there that show like, oh wow, like Chom hasn't played any games down back. It's his first few games playing AFL level down there, and he's a shining light. I thought Biggie did a really great job yesterday as well. Just getting some experience into those boys in the midfield. I think Paul Curtis looks so potent up forward. Eddie Ford had a great game, and so did Blakey Drury actually as a small forward for us. So those little individual performances where you see they will stack up eventually. And when you get those group of players that have played 0 to 20, I suppose to your question before, Tom, is it's working out how you can fast track that development. So yeah, you can't buy age and experience, but it's how you can fast track that process with, making those 0 to 20 games. How do you get them 100 games worth of experience instead of 3 or 4 years, 2 years? So it's about doubling down at training, training harder than everyone else, analysing your game better, and like a bit of self-reflection, looking at yourself in the mirror and going like, this is where we're at. Ideally, it's not ideal. We don't have all these veterans around to set the standard. These young guys, including myself, are going to have to be the ones to step up and set the standard. So, yeah, I had a blank before when I was answering yours, but that's more what I was trying to say, I suppose.
So you said before, which was a really loyal comment, that you prefer to stick around and be part of a flag here than just go to another club at the top and win a flag, which I think is probably the sentiment for a lot of AFL players. But there's also AFL players that understand it's a business and free agency is part of it, and Cam Zerha's a teammate. Is that the sort of thing you'd like to tell him as well?
Oh, I'm sure Cam would love to. I know for a fact Cam wants success here. And yeah, obviously this year's his decision year, whether he wants to stay, but it's a personal choice. So got no, I want to play with him for another 100 games. And I'm sure he does too, but it's a personal decision whether you stay. That was just me personally for the club. I weighed it up, that's for sure. Like, it's not like I just, signed it off. I gave it a lot of thought. And for me, that was the right decision.